Hey there, it's Dot Crypto here, and I hope everybody is doing well. It is a sea of red. We can see CRO down over the week at 17.2%. We can see like SHIB down 20%, Rune at 38.23%, Beam 21.53%, WIF 34.89%, Bonk 37.24%. We've seen all these meme coins really pop up, and they've really exploded over these past months. And like I said, in every video, you get these big moves up, you'll get drops as well, and there'll be heavy kind of drops too. But before I start, give us a like and give a subscribe. It's always much appreciated. If you don't like what I'm doing, give us a thumbs down. It helps out that algorithm. But in this video, we're going to get into Bitcoin first, and then we're going to take a look at crypto.com and CRO coin, because I can tell you this now, I am not fearful. When I see red like that, I'm buying a dip. If you haven't got the money to buy the dip, it's quite simple. You sit back and you be patient. That's all you need to do. If you've run out of money, you can't buy no more dips, then that's what you do. I'm running out of money, and I know a lot of people who I know haven't got the money to buy any more dips, or like me, is running out of money to buy the dips. But when these dips do come, I'm just nibbling away at little bits, being very careful with my money and where I'm buying these dips. Like now, we've had this big dip. I have bought just a tiny bit more. What have I bought? Obviously, CRO has been one of mine. Vulcan Forge is a gaming one. I bought that. Pepe, I bought that. And Crob, I bought some of that too. I bought a little bit of Tectonic as well. But like I said, just nibbling away. But it's just a sea of red at the moment. And we can see Bitcoin on the 4 hourly. We've just got that downtrend at the moment. We keep on smacking the heads on that downtrend. But we keep on trying. And I really do think at some point we are going to break out. It's not going to take much to do that, because what I do see at the moment, and this is again on the 4 hourly, I'm seeing that we're starting to create a nice falling wedge, which generally is a break to the upside. So if I just extrapolate this to here and put it towards the end, if we break out, we could be getting back up to around about that $67,000 mark. But what I am watching out for is that liquidity, because we're building up a lot of liquidity up around about that $71,000 to $72,000. And normally we end up going back up to that liquidity to grab it. Now, do we go back up to that, grab it, and then make our way up? Well, time will tell, because we have got the Bitcoin halving coming up in 1 day and 21 hours to go for that Bitcoin halving. What do I think is going to happen to this Bitcoin halving? I just think we're going to chop around sideways, and then that's when we're going to start to make those moves to the upside. But I'm not too sure how long we'll chop around for, but I think that's what will happen, and then we'll make, I might be wrong. We might end up dipping further. But on the other side, we might even end up going up. So it's either one of the two. We go down, we go up, or we go sideways. It's sort of like sitting on the fence, really, but it is what it is. We have seen, however, Bitcoin ETF outflows coming out of $165,000 outflows. But we have been still seeing, we've got BlackRock still buying up. Not very big amounts, but they're still buying. They aren't stopping, which is a good sign. And we have started to see GBTC flows starting to slow down, and we are starting to see BlackRock starting to catch up with Grayscale in terms of their Bitcoin. So that's all good to see, in my opinion. But what also I'm watching out for is this rainbow at the moment. It's coming up to the halving, but we've dropped down into that accumulation zone again. So we went all the way up to the hodl mode, then we dropped down to still cheap, and now we've dropped down to that accumulation area again. And what makes me extra bullish as well at the moment, this is called the CBI data. And what we're finding out is, you can see these dark reds here, that's where we've topped out. And normally when we've topped out, we're normally hitting around about up to that 95 to 100%. At the moment, we're not. We're only on that orange at the moment. So like I said, we're sort of halfway. So we should be around about 72. So what it's saying is we've got a long way to go before we've hit the top of the track. And this CBBI data is fairly accurate, in my opinion. I used it in the last bull market, and it called it for me in the last bull market, and that's when I started to sell off some of my tokens and that. But at the moment, we're sitting at 72. But like I said, we've got so many bullish things happening at the moment in the crypto space with this halving. And I do think like this is just a natural part of the cycle where we get to that halving and then we're starting to dip down prior to it. And don't forget, I think with this Bitcoin ETFs that have happened, I think that sort of delayed this drop what we've been expecting, and it's come. And because we've been so used to seeing these green candles going up and up and up, and you see your portfolio going up in the green, and you say, wow, look at this money. And then suddenly we get this pullback, and then people start to worry and start doubting as well. But that's what the market makers and the whales and all the institutions want you to do. They want you to doubt, and they want you to sell your Bitcoin, and so they can accumulate, because we know the Bitcoin halving will cut that basically the Bitcoin in half, and they want it all, and they want you to sell. So this is what tends to happen. But what tends to happen after these Bitcoin halving is going to be like potentially sort of life-changing, really, in my opinion. Because every time we've hit that halving, look here, we go back here into 2016, we hit the halving around here. Then look at that big move we made to the upside. And then again, we had the halving, we had a dip down into the halving, and then straight back up into 2021 top. And then we came back down, tried to make a recovery, and came back down again. But that's what's happening now, is we're starting to turn down into the Bitcoin halving. We could come down a little bit more, and then that's it. Straight back up to the horse races, straight back going absolutely crazy up to that $100,000 to $150,000, 200, and some people calling $200,000. But look where we are on this rainbow chart. Every halving, we dipped, and then we made our way to the upside. So that is why I've not sold absolutely zero. I've held on, and because I see what's going to potentially happen. And if people are starting to sell, and then what happens is we start moving up, and then they start getting all upset because they've sold, thinking it's going to go down even further. Now, don't get me wrong, it could go down further. It could go down into the early 50s, mid 50s. We don't know. But time will tell on that one. But I'm not selling. I'm not selling anything. I'm actually accumulating more and more. And that's what I'm doing. I'm pretty much all in. I've got a little bit to one side of dry powder, which I've just been buying now. And I'm pretty much out. And like I said, if you're out, just sit back, chill out. Market structure starts to change, then maybe you've got to rethink. But at the moment, no, I'm not selling, just accumulating, sitting back, chilling, and waiting for that parabolic move to make. Because at the end of the day, just like you, I want to make life-changing money where if you don't want to work again, or you want to pay mortgages off, go on nice holidays, whatever you want to do, that's what I'm waiting for. So let's get into a bit of CRO. So before getting to crypto.com, what I just want to I forgot to actually mention I want to mention one of the traders that hasn't been on Twitter or X for quite a long time, and he's made an appearance for the first time in a long time, and it's GCR. Nobody knows who this person is, but what I do know is that this person made a lot of money. I think even some people are talking close to $1 billion in trading, and he's come out and actually tweeted, like I said, he hasn't done it in a long time. And he says here, if you've been sidelined, believe this is a good opportunity to scale into high conviction tokens, just like CRO. If you're fully invested, just survive, hold spot positions, and do not capitulate. And that's what I've just said in this video. Someone once said, liquidations are forced transfers of wealth from traders who need leverage to wealth spot buyers. I was enjoying retirement from social media, but don't want to see my brothers get shaken out when the future is still so bright. And he has a point, and I wanted to show you this because I think he has a very valid point here, that you don't want to get shaken out. I've been shaken out before, where I panic sold in the early days, and then it rocketed up, and I've missed so many opportunities. Like I said, you've always got to watch out for the structure, because things can change quite drastically. But what he's saying is, if you're on the sidelines, just sit back and enjoy life, get out there, check it, now and again, check what's going on. If you haven't got the money, but if you are sitting on the sidelines and you've got the money, nothing I say is financial advice. You do what you need to do. If it was me, I'll be buying a dip. Because if it does turn and we start going to altcoin season at some point later on this year, then I don't want to be missing that boat. I want to make life-changing money. So I thought I'd point that out. It's worth just noting that as well. But we could see actually on the Cronos, look where we are. previous bull market, we hit close to $1. And look where we are right down here. At the moment, on the 24 hours, we're up around about 6.67%. We've seen, obviously, quite a big drop in the price of CRO. We're just sitting at 12 pence at the moment. You know, but it is what it is. It wasn't that long ago where we were sitting at 17 pence, 18 pence, but it is what it is. You know, for me, like I said, I've just been accumulating a little bit more. So, but overall, you know, I'm mega bullish on CRO. Lots of things going on there. I know, like I said, we're sort of down there at the moment. But we can see, like, we're starting to get these rewards now. I've checked my app actually about these CRO Rewards now going worldwide. I haven't seen anything on my app. To be honest with you, let me know in the comments below if you've seen the new available benefits come onto your app. But I haven't seen anything. I'm in the UK. But yeah, overall, looking really good. But overall, we've seen 600 million of CRO burned as well. So that's gone to the dead wallet. So obviously it decreases the CRO supply, which is bullish. It means more burns coming along as well. So with the burns happening, that obviously will help at some point the increase in the price of CRO. So keep burning. That's what I say. I like to see things like that. But overall, if you zoom out at what Crypto.com have achieved through their marketing, through their benefits that they now provide through the Crypto.com and earn and staking apps, it makes me more and more bullish all the time. And you also see that the Crypto.com CEO going on live TV, again, that's more advertising. We've got the F1 as well. If you're not bullish now, I know we always get these people who say CRO is never going to hit $1 again. I just learned from previous experience when I've gone and bought Cardano, and I mentioned in other videos, Cardano, people say, see, Cardano, ADA, was not going to go anywhere. And then what did it go and do? It went from, when I bought it at 7 cents, it went all the way up to $3.10. And this is where I think CRO is going to go. I really do think we're going to go past $1, we're going to get to $2, and then when in the peak of it, I reckon we could even go up to $3. Let me know in the comments down in below, where do you think it's going to do? I just don't listen to those type of people, because if I had listened to those people when I bought ADA, I would have sold and I would have missed everything. Don't get me wrong, we could get a black swan event at any point in time. A lot of geopolitical issues at the moment around the world, so you always got to be prepared for that. But, you know, for me, I'm just keep on DCing, holding tight, and I've got my targets. Like I said, I will, when we get to $1, I will start to take out some of my profits from the money I initially put in. Then as we go along up to that $3 mark, that's where I'll be selling on the way in upwards. That's what I'll be doing, because nobody knows where the bottom is and nobody knows where the top is either. So, you know, we could go off all these data and such like. Yeah. So yeah, just holding tight, enjoying these dips, and just going from there really. So yeah, so like I said, if you like this kind of content, give us a like and subscribe. It's always much appreciated. All your support is always appreciated as well. So I'll see you soon in the next video. Take care.